Adrienne Rich. Not somewhere else, but here. Courage. Her face in the leaves. The polygons of the paving, her, out of touch. Courage to breathe. The death of October. Spilt wine, the unbuilt house, the unmade life. Graffiti, without memory. Grown, conventional, scrawling the least wall. God loves you. Voice of the ghetto. Death of the city. Her face, sleeping. Her quick stride. Her running. Search for a private space. The city caving in from within. The lessons badly learned or not at all. The unbuilt world, this one, love, flowing, touching other lives. Split, love. Oh, I have to go back. Might be touching other lives. Okay, spilt love. The least wall caving. To have enough courage. The life that must be lived in terrible October. Sudden immersion in yellow, streaked blood, the fast rain, faces, inscriptions, trying to reach unlearnable lessons. October. This one love. Repetitions from other lives, the deaths that must be lived. Denials, blank walls, our quick stride, side by side. Her fugue, bad air in the tunnels. Voice of the ghetto, God loves you. My face pale in the window, anger is pale. The blood shrinks to the heart, the head severed. It does not pay to feel. It does not pay to feel. Her face. It does not pay to feel. Her face. Her face. The fast rain tearing. Courage to feel this. To tell of this. To be alive. Trying to learn. Unteachable lessons. The fugue. Blood in my eyes. The careful sutures ripped open. The hands that touch me. Shall it be said, I am not alone. Spilt love, seeking its level, flooding other lives that must be lived, not somewhere else, but here. Seeing through blood. Nothing is lost. Nothing is lost. Huh. I just sort of randomly picked this. I've never read this poem before. But I liked the title. Not somewhere else, but here. Yes. Lives that must be lived, not somewhere else, but here. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Should I read more? Oh, I had this. What is this section of poems called? It's called Not Somewhere Else But Here. Well, this one is called Nights and Days. Let's see. It had October in it, so I guess I'll go with that theme since it's almost October. Nights and days. The stars will come out over and over. The hyacinths rise like flames from the wind-swept turf down the middle of Upper Broadway, where the desolate take the sun. The days will run together and stream into years as the rivers breeze. No. Oh, I hate when I lose my momentum there. Okay. The days will run together and stream into years as the rivers freeze. You see, the rivers don't breeze, do they? They freeze. As the rivers freeze. Maybe they should breeze instead of freezing. But as the rivers freeze and burn. And I ask myself and you, which of our visions will claim us? Which will we claim? How will we go on living? How will we touch? What will we know? What will we say to each other? Pictures form and dissolve in my head. We are walking in a city. You fled, came back to, and come back to still. Wow. I'm supposed to keep reading the poem, but that's just like, why do words do this to me? So that I can't do anything. I just read these words or hear this music and I'm just stuck in some kind of awe because I feel it so profoundly. And yet I know it sort of means nothing in a way. This moment's just passing. And if I was like all those other busy humans who had places to go, then I wouldn't have the time to just stand there and do it, would I? Well, I guess I would find the time. Am I one of those busy humans with places to go? I suppose I have places to go. I just go into other kinds of places than they go. They go into physical places. They move their bodies. They speak. They do. And I speak and I move my body and I do. But I go to places in my mind. But that's a luxury. That's a luxury. Because you have to have time to go into places in your mind. And to go into the places that are in between and amongst and in and out of words. You have to have time to do that. Time. Or maybe you just make time, and maybe you do have time. But I have luxury because all of my basic needs are met, thanks to my wife. And I'm not meeting all my basic needs. Well, maybe I am. I am part of the money-making machine because I depend on it. Many Bruce Pratt, but I am sort of outside of the money-making machine because I don't make any money. I make no money. I make no money. And so how do I feel about that? On the one hand, I'm privileged, but on the other hand, I'm hurt by it. I'm sort of imprisoned by that. But maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm free. Maybe I'm only imprisoning myself by thinking that. So anyway, back to where I was in this nights and days. Pictures form and dissolve in my head. We are walking in a city you fled, came back to, and come back to still. I know that city. Which I saw once through winter frost years back before I knew you, before I knew myself. We are walking streets you have by heart from childhood, streets you have graven and erased in dreams. Scrolled portals, trees, 19th century statues. We are holding hands so I can see everything as you see it. I follow you into your dreams, your past, the places none of us can explain to anyone. We are standing in the wind on an empty beach. The onslaught of the surf tells me, point raised. Or maybe some northern Pacific shoreline neither of us has seen in its fine spectral mist. Our hair's gray as the sea. Someone who saw us far off would say we were two old women. Norns, perhaps, or sisters of the spay. Of the spay. Of the spray. That's always great. That's the great thing about just doing the spontaneous first reading. You never know what's going to come out of your mouth and take over the poem and make it something totally different. So no, they're not sisters of the spray. They're sisters of the spray, the sea spray, the mist. Okay, Norns, perhaps. Or sisters of the spray. But our breasts are beginning to sing together. Your eyes are on my mouth. I wake early in the morning in a bed we have shared for years, lie watching your innocent sacred sleep as if for the first time. We have been together so many nights and days. This day is not unusual. I walk to an eastern window, pull up the blinds. The city around us is still, on a clear October morning, wrapped in her indestructible light. The stars will come out over and over. The hyacinths rise like flames from the windswept turf down the middle of Upper Broadway, where the desolate take the sun. The days will run together and stream into years as the rivers freeze and burn, and I ask myself and you, which of our visions will claim us? Which will we claim? How will we go on living? How will we touch? What will we know? What will we say to each other? Wow, this is a poem for, this is amazing.